Ruth Dudley Edwards reckons there are similarities between the SNP and the Irish Republican Party as she blasted both party leaders. Nicola Sturgeon used Anglophobia to turbocharge her bid for Scottish independence, according to a political commentator. And her tactics have been likened to those deployed by Sinn Fein in Northern Ireland by crime writer Ruth Dudley Edwards. The former First Minister has seen her reputation shattered over the past 2 weeks at the UK COVID inquiry. She herself gave evidence on Wednesday, breaking down in tears on several occasions when questioned on issues like WhatsApp deletions, care home deaths, Scottish government secrecy and the politicisation of the pandemic. Belfast-based Dudley Edwards said Ms Sturgeon's narcissism and self-righteousness made my flesh creep. And she felt the SNP had been adopting Sinn Fein practices since Ms Sturgeon became the party's leader in 2014. In an opinion piece, she said, "Leaders of both were, in my opinion, mendacious, secretive and tunnel-visioned, and deliberately weaponized the pandemic in the interests of fomenting Anglophobia to turbocharge their independence movements." Shush's aide Sturgeon used her position as First Minister to mount a TV pulpit every evening and claim fluently and convincingly how much better her government was at handling the crisis than the useless shambolic crew in Westminster, adding, "Most of the media swallowed her narrative whole and obligingly extolled her competence and denigrated Boris Johnson." The SNP has faced criticism for cozying up to Sinn Fein, a Republican party that favours a united Ireland and had close links to the IRA. Humza Yousaf invited the party's Stormont leader Michelle O'Neill at Bute House in November. And Nicola Sturgeon had to be advised by civil servants to invite unionist leaders to Bute House after she also extended an invitation to Ms O'Neill. Of their Anglophobia, Dudley Edwards said, "Sinn Fein disseminated the warped version of Irish history summed up by the acronym devised by the historian Liam Kennedy, MOPE, the most oppressed people ever." The sneeze was in the spirit of the movie Braveheart, which the writer John O'Farrell claimed could not have been more inaccurate if a plasticine dog were added to the cast, and the film retitled William Wallace. And Ms O'Neill is set to become Northern Ireland First Minister, possibly this weekend, after a power-sharing agreement was reached. Stormont has not sat for over 2 years over unionist concerns with Brexit arrangement.